This 15-year-old girl had her life stolen by her big brother. Oh, hi there, stranger. Today I'm going to be telling you about the very sad case of Matthew and Amanda Selby. Viewer discretion, as always, is advised. Matthew and Amanda grew up in a family of four, their parents and themselves, with Matthew being the older sibling by 5 years. Matthew was autistic and he also had intermittent explosive disorder, which means that he was prone to aggressive and violent outbursts. When he was just 11, he received a caution for battery against his teacher, and he would also regularly physically assault his family members. In 2015, he hurt his sister Amanda with a pair of scissors, and that same year, he got 2 charges of battery against his mother and his sister. The family was known to various services, but unfortunately, they did not properly identify the risk that Matthew posed. His violent and unpredictable behaviour actually got so bad that in 2017 the family separated. Amanda then lived with their mum and Matthew with their dad. The social services case, which up until now had been open and active, was closed in 2018. A later report looking into the event in question would state that there was a considerable delay in getting Matthew help with his autism. And in 2020, the family GP was told that Matthew was hitting his father 5 to 6 times a day. I don't know what was being done, what sort of treatment or care plan was in place for Matthew, if any at all. I don't know what his family could have done, if anything. It seems to me as though the various safeguarding services did know that there was a problem, but the family was just left to deal with the fallout. And that brings us to the 31st of July 2021, when Matthew was 20 years old and Amanda was 15. The 2 siblings were on a caravan holiday in North Wales with their dad. They had gotten back to the caravan and an argument had erupted between Matthew and Amanda. Amanda had hit her brother with a plug and it had caused a small cut to his bottom lip, described as a minor injury. Matthew then lunged at Amanda, causing her to fall to the floor between 2 beds. He continued the attack, choking Amanda until she passed away. Police and emergency services were called to the caravan park, but there was nothing they could do for her. My heart just breaks for this 15-year-old kid on a caravan holiday, and she never came home. Matthew was, of course, arrested and psychiatric assessments were performed. He was due to go on trial, but once prosecution had seen the psychiatric assessments, they accepted his guilty plea to manslaughter on the grounds of diminished responsibility. He was sentenced to 5 years custodial and then 5 years on licence. But the Attorney General's office decided to put through an appeal based on the grounds that there was no evidence to suggest that Matthew would ever be safe for release. And so the sentence was changed to a life sentence with a minimum term of 3 years and 4 months minus time already served. This, of course, means that it would be the parole board that would have to decide if Matthew was safe to release. His minimum term would be up by now, but I can't find any information on if he has been released or not. I hope that Matthew has finally been able to receive the care and support that he so clearly needed. I really hope that Matthew was able to be rehabilitated, because if he could do that to his own sister. The report I mentioned earlier would also point out that even after diagnosis, there was very little care and provision support available for Matthew for his age group. The system is so crippled under the weight of the mental health crisis that our country is currently facing that there are 125,000 children, young people and adults waiting for assessments, and that is before diagnosis. There are currently around 700,000 diagnosed autistic people in the UK, and without the proper care and support, things can easily spiral out of control and situations can lead to really serious problems. That is not to say, of course, that having autism is more likely to lead to violence, much less murder or manslaughter. The aggression and violence that Matthew displayed are quite apart from his autism diagnosis. Autistic people are no more prone to violence than any of the rest of us. But of course, Matthew did also suffer from the intermittent explosive disorder. And so a combination of factors and a lack of care obviously led to this tragic situation. And like I say, I don't know if Matthew Selby has been released or not. As always, rest in peace to the victim of this case, 15-year-old Amanda Selby. This one just made me so terribly sad. Poor Amanda and their poor parents. They essentially lost both of their children. As ever, strangers, please let me know what you think in the comments. And if you've stayed with me up until now, then thank you for listening. And I'll see you for the next one.